Assalamu alaikum. How are you? And today I have a privilege and honor to give my a short story video on the success of my career that I enjoyed during the tenure of my um, past 5 years. Um, so starting off. Starting off my story by introducing myself. My name is Syed Danyal Hassan, and I have done my bachelor's in software engineering from Bahria University in 2014. I remember the day when on 26th June 2014 when I got a first job as a software developer at Traffic Online GLT. Uh, Things are very good. We were very punctual, and I, as a software engineer, I was very enthusiastic about working there. But after few months, like 5 to 6, I came to know that there are a lot of things happening around here, and they were not healthy about my progress as in my field. So I left my job. They were pursuing me to persuading me to work there in a higher position, but I asked them that no, things are not great here, and where many people were actually leaving the organization due to learning exposure. So I worked after leaving the company. I didn't have any backup plans. So I actually joined. I actually uh, was going for interviews in different software houses. Uh, Getting rejected like 5 to 6 times since it was a advent of my career as a software engineer. I was actually learning side by side by quality assurance part, and I was actually working hard to work there, to work as a software quality assurance engineer. Was working on the methodologies, and I was working on different techniques and how you would be testing an application. After that, I got a part as a software quality assurance engineer at Overload Private Limited. I would like to highlight our head of PMO, Miss Samreen Javed, who is not married, but at that time she was Miss. So actually, I would like to compliment her on giving me an opportunity at that time when I was in need of an opportunity due to the financial situation. And when I joined Overload, things were not same as traffic on the GRT. Um, I had to work hard. I had to work with different people with having diverse experience in their domains. Sometimes I got dejected so many times. Sometimes I got scolded, or you can say sometimes I was you know molded with criticism and bad words, thinking that I was so naive. I didn't know how it would be working around. I felt demotivated at some time, but when I see my head of PMO motivating me from behind it, Daniel, don't worry, things will be working fine, and things will work smooth, inshallah, for you. The way you work hard, the way you passionately undertake the task, it's worth praising. So with her motivational words, I again revamped myself with staying late all night working on different methodologies and what are the different techniques that I could implement. After 2 months, there was a project that required a very experienced tester. So, and they needed for a client interaction as well. So they asked me that my management asked me to if you can work around it. I said yes. It's like a challenge. I need to I need to take it in order to boost my career. So without any reluctance, I accepted the challenge, and soon after the accepting it, I got a first project with Dubai client, and it was an Indian actually, one Indian and one Arabic. So I was interacting with them, and that's a success. And now the success begins. Actually, when I was first interacting them, they were thinking of me as I was too naive for them, and they also mentioned that who the hell is this tester? And I mean, they are not satisfied with his experience because he's just like what 6 months. But management didn't put that kind of concept before me, put that kind of perspective before me, and they were just giving me a chance that go ahead, do your best, do your best, do your best, do your best. I was like, okay, if the management trusts me, I should not disappoint them. So after testing few for a few weeks, another client meeting came up. So that client meeting was so fruitful that I was giving them some suggestions, some tweaks, and some bugs. That they were so happy that what the head of head development at the Dubai government was actually he shoot an email, and he praised me specifically that Daniel is one of the finest resources that he has ever met, and he was so happy that he asked the management that he has a new perspective of dealing with developers, and how well he interacted with them is worth praising. So so the management called me up, and they asked me that what did you do? I mean, I was like, no, nothing. Is there something wrong? So they didn't tell me the success at the time because I was not in that email. Now another success part in overload was that I interacted with a South African, Jensen Hellier, yeah, that guy. Um, he was actually working with me on a different project, and I was not sometimes I was not comfortable with him talking because his product knowledge was way beyond me, and I sometimes have to ask him some silly questions which he sometimes is sarcastically respond them with respect to the questions I ask. But after a few times, when he was actually work with me on a project, he actually was thinking of some checklist and some testing of bugs, that what kind of bugs that I am reporting. When he saw my bugs, my latest ones, he was so happy that he directly emailed the owner of the company that he is very satisfied with my performance. And you will not believe, I haven't told anyone about this, that I think on 1 a.m., yeah, at midnight, I got a call from the owner that Daniel, I just received a very good recommendation from the client. He is very happy with you, and he would like to work with you on a new diverse project. I was like, wow. I mean, uh, I didn't believe at first attempt that I actually made someone satisfied for the first time in my career. I was about to complete my 1 year at Overload Private Limited. So it was a nice exposure. I actually was overwhelmed by the exposure, by the kind words from the owner. So when I was ending my 1 year tenure at Overload Private Limited, I was given some additional responsibilities of leading a team. Uh, it was my first experience. I haven't seen anyone in a lead position so ideal that I would follow, because due to my bad exposure at Traffic Online. Um, Things got swayed, and things got very strange when I actually was assigned few internees, not internees, I would say junior QS. Yeah, that's the best way to put up with. And when I was working with them, I didn't see them as my weak point. I actually was training them just like how I did when I didn't have anyone on my end when I needed someone the most, because I was only assessing myself. I was keep working hard, and I actually encouraged my juniors to work the same way. So I asked him that if you need my help, go ahead and take it, but I would rather prefer to work on your own. So they were like, okay, we have a free hand, we will work like a crazy person. After 2 weeks, I got an assessment, and I was like crying after hearing the assessment of my juniors. That each and every developer was praising those testers, that they are like the best testers they could ever see, the most fierce, the most aggressive testers. And it was a best moment for in my life that I actually trained some testers who were under me, and it's a proud moment for me as well. One of the testers was he's a successful tester now. He's a senior QA there at that time. And I actually respect that guy because he worked too hard. He was reporting me, and I actually enjoyed managing him. He has some amazing ideas. The same goes for other junior QA. She is now a teacher at Fast University. But her interaction with me was worth praising, because she was a good listener, and she has an ample knowledge on communication and bug reportings as well in such a junior age. Now she's senior. uh, I was actually it was amazing. And after that, I actually got an opportunity from Creative Chaos, where I was working there as a mid-level QA. Now there I actually find a lot of opportunities, learning opportunities from working on a product, interacting with client but like by 24 by 7. Just joking, not 24 by 7, it's like at 24 by 5, you can say that. Because due to the workload, and the we were actually working directly with the US client. um, the success story in that part is that after my joining, like after 2 3 to 4 weeks, due to my work, my dedication, my hard work, client actually emailed me that along with the boss of Creative Chaos and the CEO, that Daniel is working great, and he enjoys the interaction between me and the other QAs. And actually he was like, he was satisfied, he was actually satisfied. Hearing it was it was worth it was inspiring for me. And people were thinking of that we have a next big tester in Creative Chaos, and everyone was looking up to me, and it was amazing. uh, After that, I actually took part in ISTQB TFL exam, and Alhamdulillah, I nailed it. I became ISTQB certified tester. This was an awesome feeling, and believe me, I was so happy that I took my entire team to lunch, and it was amazing. My entire team was actually praising me. They appreciated me. They actually respected me like a way they do. They still do. And now after getting 1 year exposure, I went for a new company, which was Origa Solutions. In Origa Solutions, I was being assigned a role of sort of a lead, but in as a designation of mid-level SQ engineer. I had a good time there. There were some challenges with interaction with PM, and everything was amazing there. I would not say the interaction with PM was amazing, but the interaction with the developers and the interactions with the QAs, uh, I was actually uh, quite nervous when I was first given an assignment of leading a group of internees. This was what challenging because we were about to go live, and they were just assigned to me in this, and the management asked me to manage them, and it is a plus point for you that you would learn how to manage more than one resources. I did so, but at some cost. Like I actually went for um with the fighting with PM all the time. I was like we were like a cat and dogs. We were always fighting, and I went to CEO, and the CEO, by the way, is amazing. I mean, the CEO was amazing. He was always praising me. He was always looking for me that. Uh, it's Daniel is able to do this. If Daniel is able, Daniel is able to do this. If Daniel is able to do this, ask Daniel if he can do this. And I was so honored that CEO was giving me opportunities. The management was looking up to me to create a difference. Alhamdulillah, after 8 months, I was given many opportunities of taking interviews, training and nurturing the QAs, and the good part in nurturing the QA is that when you nurture them, they know that someone is there to give them experience tips of how to prevail their career in software testing. Uh, it was a good experience, and at that time I had a good interaction with everyone, and I haven't in my entire career, and I haven't basically had a query with had a quarrel with a developer. So I was like we were like good friends, and we were good peers, and I always look up to them as my learning partner said. They would give me best possible tricks in order to judge every bug in terms of if it's development related or the user experience related. So this was very amazing, and the best part is that I had to revamp myself with the soft skills. I got an opportunity there as well, and I was able to do this by interviewing different resources. Actually, that was my uh, eighth or ninth interview. I guess so. So I actually interviewed many resources, and I actually adopted a policy of that I would never be a douchebag for those new resources. That I will always be there as archetypal lead figure, an ideal one that can that can be set an example and someone would look up to and would behave just like what a good ideal lead would do. The actually this was a hard work, and I actually went for sacrificing my ego and actually be praising my team all the time for even smaller things, and it actually came true. I mean, the what you say that all the hard work paid off when I was actually going for a new venture. I was actually joining a new company, and last week I had my final day. So it was an emotional one because from top to bottom everybody was actually appreciating me for putting up all the efforts for the past 1 year at Orica Solutions, and this was very amazing. And even some of the interviewers who didn't qualify for the interview for the hiring process, actually one of them just sent an email to HR, and they were and one of them was asking that the interview was very good, and she actually enjoyed interacting with me, and she was like she would be happy if she get some training material for learning about different stuff about testing, so that if she's ready, then she will again come and she would again give an interview, and she was hoping that excelling at the training material would help her in the elevation of her career by going for a job. Actually, hearing this kind of words was actually motivating, that I was actually someone's role model, that I actually was paving a path for someone who was actually diverged due to some reason. And it was amazing, and I was happy that I actually created a difference for someone. When I was leaving, I after shooting an email of farewell, that okay, so I had a good time with you, everyone. So everyone's so happy that they actually were, they actually respond to my email uh, by saying that Daniel is one of the amazing resources that could fit in any organization. I mean, disregard of any toxic environment or no toxic environment, he can and he will. He has some amazing leadership qualities that can help him nurture him. I was overwhelmed by this joy, and I actually found myself that okay, so I need to actually not only I had to improve my technical skills, but I was actually standing at a point where from which I need to learn more about the communication and soft skills that help you in your career. The human resource, the HR, who was Sarkani, right, she's an amazing soul, and she's a good individual. She was like a big sister to me, and she actually, she invited me to go for a final interview, the exit interview, and she was actually praising me. That she was actually praising me that the people who were actually against me after during my tenure as supervisor, they were actually replying me on my farewell email by saying that how good the interaction was from their side with me, and how they appreciated each and every initiative that I took, and the other praises, but I'm not going to disclose and sugarcoat myself. But they were very happy, and they want me to prosper. They want me to go for the same role, the coveted title of SQA lead, and they congratulated me, and they wished me good luck, and I was very overwhelmed that I created difference. The HR told that you had a good sense of how to handle people in different situations, and I was out of words. I was spellbound from when she said that the CEO was very happy with you, which I believe that I didn't actually satisfy him with my skills, but the HR told me that you were amazing. Now all the flashbacks, like from the person who was being told that you will not be able to survive in this industry after 6 months, till up till now, where I am acting like a role model for some individuals who believe that making a difference from my end help them in their career, help them in understanding what communication and testing really all about. So these were the words that overwhelmed me at first time, but after the CEO of the company actually he he gave me his word that uh, you have natural instincts of leadership skills. You have a good sense of talking to people. You are actually a people kind of person. So I actually appreciated him by his kind words, and I actually thanked him that for his kind words as well. But I told him that as a lesson that if you're associated with someone, uh, try with making them feel appreciated every time, because if they're appreciated, they will go beyond their target. And this is something what I learned from my seniors, my gurus, that if you work hard and disregarding all the what the society says about you, and you create a difference for someone, you appreciate someone, he she will not only work for you, they will be dying to work with you. And just they don't want anyone, they just want you to be their lead, and they just don't want you to lead the team. And this is, something, if you create that kind of difference, i I assure you, I guarantee you that you will be the best lead that the world will witness. I mean, the world will be giving example of you, that this guy or this lady is one of the best people I've ever worked with. So in the end, I would like to say that always be hungry for adventure. Like, you don't have to sit and you have to say, okay, so I'll work a little bit procrastination position, and I'm gonna wait. If Allah gives me an opportunity, then I'll definitely move with new venture. But no, you have to keep your learning desire alive all the time. Make shortcut yourself by giving yourself tough times, that people will make fun of you because you are not able to satisfy your job requirements, but still you will work harder, hardest, so that those people who are saying bad words to you, they will start praising you for your work. And believe me, by following this concept, you will always remain happy and contentful in your heart that I made someone's day, I made someone happy, I made someone learning the true meaning of my field, the true meaning of leadership. So these are the things that help people, and that's actually the thing that actually helps you in elevation of your career. So my new venture is in Apex Global. I will be working there as software quality assurance automation engineer. But in all the span of 5 years, I did suffer ups and downs, but I never backed down. And this is a message that I'm recording for Redolent. Actually, the Redolent, I would like to thank them for giving me an opportunity in recording this video session. I always want to give a message of never give up, because you never know when a new door of opportunity is open for you, and you just have to go there, make your best, and make an impression to everyone that yes, I can do this, I am willing to do this, and I will nail it. So these are three things that could actually help you in order in elevation of your career, and same goes for nurturing your juniors or your associates, that how with your personality or your soft skills, so that they can follow your path and they can be contentful and happy. So thank you so much, and I hope you liked my success story. So stay blessed, and Allah Hafiz.